Hi, I'm Mike Grieve. I'm the builder of the Lego Haunted Fairground, which we've been building for 3 or 4 years now.
And you've been given Best in Show for this?
Yes, we got Best in Show at the Bristol Brick Show.
Yeah, congratulations.
Actually, we got an award for the Big Top at Philly Brick Fest many years ago, but so we're double award winning.
Oh, even better. So, what do we see here then?
So, what we've got is basically a fairground including Wall of Death and things like that that's been run down and not maintained. It's run by effectively carnival folk and zombies and people who just don't care about the public.
Right.
And the principle is that the public come in and they're never let to leave. There's a little sign at the front that says you'll never leave. And they're never let to leave. They die here and then they're pushed off the cliff at the other end to make space for the next customers.
Well, that's a bit morbid.
It is a bit morbid, but it's a bit of fun. It's Lego skeletons. They're not exactly that scary looking.
Yeah, and zombies. I can see quite a few zombies.
Yeah, there's
around.
a lot of zombies in there, and there's a lot of people who hang around with zombies, I think you'd say. But we've utilised a lot of pieces from Ninjago and things like that that really fit. You can make some really awful looking people with Ninjago pieces.
I noticed the cat from the Apocalypse Bird.
Yes, yeah. There's a few things from. There's a few things from various other themes, including Nexo Knights and some custom prints as well. There's a few custom prints from some of the minifig custom makers. But yes, so if we start from the left with the rides, we've got our hanging chairs, which goes unbelievably quickly to scare people.
Yep.
Everything is designed to scare people, not necessarily to entertain people. so that's spinning. The next thing is the pirate ship. We can't run the pirate ship at the same time as the spinning chairs because they hit each other. So that's not on at the moment. But
although that would be part of the you'll never leave thing.
It would be, but I would be repairing it the whole day. So yeah. But the pirate ship is also very fast and erratic.
I like the Ferris wheel, how you've put the black pieces together to make it look almost like bones.
Yes. So the Ferris wheel is intentionally ragged and broken up and bashed about, and the kids love to tell me there's a kink in it and stuff, and try and fix it. But it's meant to look like that. That's on purpose. And there's lots of little details, like there's a priest blessing all the people who go around it on the end.
I see that.
There's lots of little details. It's not easy to see some of them, but
no, it is crammed
lots of
full.
Ghosts, and there's a guy hiding behind the tombstone at the back of previous people who have been buried in respect. Obviously, that was someone very important that got a tombstone instead of just thrown off the cliff. And then we've got the candy floss guy and the single mum feeding all her babies in front of the Ferris wheel. There's lots of little things like that.
She's quite brave. She's quite happy to be here.
She's all right. She's looking after her kids. Yeah. And then we've got in the front, we've got some stalls that various little shooting galleries and the like. There's hooker fish, which are dead fish. There's a well-known thing on the internet that the Lego fish aren't really fish; they're dead fish. Right. So it's hooker dead fish. and yeah, we've got another hooker skull. And there's a coconut shy at the front. And a 2CV ice cream van.
Yeah, I noticed the ice cream van. It looks nice and friendly and welcoming, which I guess.
Yeah, maybe. It's the mashup of an old Monster Fighters set and an ice cream van from the Lego movie 1. So yeah, it's a mix of those two. So then we come down some steps, and this is the Wall of Death, which I am really pleased with, and everyone else seems to like a lot of. It's
oh wow!
It's on a large gear, which runs round, and there's an axle coming up, and it's very pleasing because the shadows make it look like you can't tell that it's on an axle, so it looks like it's actually magic.
No, absolutely. I was wondering how you were doing this, but yes, there's an axle that's sticking down and goes all the way around, but the wheels turn.
Yes. So the gravity pull, effectively, the physics of it, pulls it towards the wall. Because when it's stationary, it's actually a little bit away from the wall, a few millimetres away, but because of the pull, it pulls it just enough to the wall to turn the wheels, but not to cause the friction to make the motor work harder.
Oh, great. It works exactly...
So it took a lot of effort to get it right, but it's well worth it, I think.
That's very nice. And all the skeletons are enjoying the show?
Yeah, well, they're all dead. They're all dead apart from the two that have just climbed the stairs who are coming up and are a bit horrified to find all those skeletons there. And fundamentally, the man on the bike is unable to stop because it's on fire underneath.
Right.
So that's why he goes all day.
And all night.
And all night, yeah.
A carousel.
So
with
we've got
skeletons.
we've got a few standard kids ride type things. We've got a carousel with a couple of horses on, but mainly skeleton horses. And we've got kids' little tractor ride as well. And then there's I really liked it when I built it, but the coffins, they all turn slightly independently of each other, and you don't notice it, but they all come around different angles.
Right.
So it's sort of it's interesting to watch, even if it's a bit strange.
Fortune teller, I guess.
Yep. So there's a fortune teller with her cart. She's telling fortunes to the people, and her horses arrived a long time ago and have died in the front. So they're no longer with us.
Zombie clowns, is that, or something?
So there's so this is sticky bricks. This is somebody's dumped a load of Lego sets in the swamp, and these guys are taking them out and selling them on to the people who go past.
Right.
So that's why they're all a bit dirty and sticky, effectively.
And you've got a roller coaster here.
So this is our roller coaster, yeah. So it's made out of Lego Technic pieces, and it's just about to go now. It goes around at a pleasing speed, so it comes down fast, goes up slow. It's not that easy to spot, but when it gets to the bottom, it hits a little pin, which slows it right down and it allows it to stop at the entrance to simulate people coming off.
And there's this freak out.
There's our freak out as well, which is a fast drop. It comes down with a real speed, but people love it because it catches people when they're watching the roller coaster. It catches them unaware when it hits the ground.
Absolutely,
so people do like it a lot.
It's like free falling, isn't it?
Literally
free
absolutely.
falling.
And just in front of the freak out, we've got our dirty toilets that are being cleaned by people. There's horrible mess inside them.
With a skunk.
With a skunk, yeah. The animals are getting into it and all that kind of stuff. Yep. And this is our hot dog van, which has a load of animals behind. If you can have a look above, you can see all the animals. They go into a slicing machine and then straight through the slicing machine into the buns and sold to the customers.
Oh, is that purple thing here?
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, because the hot dog place looked pretty friendly, and I thought that's pretty innocent.
You have to feed people sometimes, but necessarily if you're not going to let them live, you may as well give them anything.
But I just noticed as well that the hot dog people are zombies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, and then at the back of the roller coaster, things that nobody notices but I think is really cool, is a load of people that are about to blow up the roller coaster. So they've all got their TNT and their dynamite, and they're gonna take it down.
Oh, and also here's all the animals you were mentioning. I didn't see those outside.
There's all the animals in the back. It's not necessarily all there's rats and all sorts in there.
Well, meat is meat. And then you've got a circus.
So this is our big top. This was the first thing we built to go out to Philly Brick Fest with, and it's intentionally dilapidated. Dilapidated? Is that what? It's intentionally falling down.
I like the skull face at the front.
So yeah, the skull, and inside there's some flames and some acrobats.
Actually, before we go inside, I'm just looking at all the giant spiders that are.
I mean, the whole fairground's got spiders all over it.
Yeah, but this is
yeah, absolutely
another level here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what have you got
inside
in here?
we've got the flames around the central area. There's a juggler. There's a guy training a beast, and the majority of the audience again are skeletons, except for a few horrified people who have found themselves in there accidentally.
Hey, this way, where?
We got so many skeletons.
Oh, we have about 320 skeletons and about 6,000 bones. So there's a lot of little bones, which you'll see in a second when we go off the cliff. So as I mentioned earlier, the principle was they come in and they die and they get thrown off the cliff using the digger at the back. It's a reference to a film, to a Quentin Tarantino film.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. So they're basically thrown off the cliff to make space for the new customers.
That's brilliant. And there's remnants of a motorcycle and a
Yeah,
car.
there's a few things down there as well that people have just dumped. And yeah, there's the digger guy. And nobody can see it normally, but there is a swamp around the back of toxic waste that have been dumped behind.
And when I saw you first at the Great Western Brick Show and you showed me your high-rise zoo,
Yes, yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. But
Thank you.
this is
This
is something else altogether.
This is the big
isn't it?
project that when we do a show for the first year, we take this because it's our premiere thing, as it were, that we build.
Yeah.
We always build loads of stuff, and we try to build big scale. But this one day will be massive. It will be much bigger.
Well,
it's one
bigger
of those
than
things
this.
you can just keep adding to as you come up with ideas. But time is precious at the moment. So the other thing we like to do is we have these find 5 figs thing, which is finding 5 people in the fairground, which gives kids a bit of focus to hang around and try and
find them.
find things. Yeah.
Get a prize?
No, there's no prize. No. Just the pleasure
Satisfaction
of doing it.
of doing it.
Absolutely. But,
Well, you've done a remarkable construction here.
Thank you very much.
Is this something that just you did, or is your family involved in this?
I did a bit with my eldest daughter, but it's mainly me in the evenings.
And you've got a bit of a morbid sense of humour, haven't you?
Yeah, I think the thing with Lego, it may be a kid's toy, but it does lend itself to zombies and skeletons quite often because of Ninjago and those sort of ranges.
Yeah.
So it allows you to make this kind of stuff.
Well, thank you for guiding me through. I hope I'll find my
It's my
way
pleasure.
out.